What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my fitness channel with the twist, people. Quick reminder, people, when I say twist, I usually elaborate on something that was asked of me, or I'll touch on current events that's going on here in the social media, the YouTube yarda, whatever you want to address it as. And as a reminder, this right here, what I do, people, is therapeutic for me. It's entertainment. For content purposes only, you know what I'm saying? My main theme, what I try to push out here, my message that I try to deliver to the audience is overall health. Investing in your overall health. That's the best investment you can invest in your life. It's better than any type of crypto, stocks, bonds. You know, because without your health, you really have nothing. You know, it's highly suggested that you pay attention to your overall wellness today. Because I'm going to tell you one thing now. If you don't pay attention to your overall wellness, you're going to be applying a lot of attention to your overall illness. And always remember, the healthy body that wears the crown is always identified by the person that is suffering with health conditions. And I tell you one thing right now, any person that's suffering with any type of health condition would give every last penny in their bank to get back their health. You know, now with that being said, man, today's twist is going to be kind of like a reaction to my own video, because I got a lot of feedback behind that video and on the statement that I had made, the comment I made pertaining to my neighborhood, okay, with Rodney, the vlogger. But anyways, let's talk kidney health, people. A big myth is that potassium is bad for the kidneys. Not true. Our bodies require 4,700 milligrams of potassium each day. The only time, and I repeat, the only time you would avoid potassium is if you have advanced stage kidney disease. Potassium protects kidney health, okay? It helps lower high blood pressure, which damages the kidneys and protects against kidney stones. Too much sodium can be hard on the kidneys, but the remedy for that is more potassium. Let me give you some factors that contribute to kidney damage. Excessive sugar, alcohol, you have food dyes, and your guys' all-time favorite, soda, the phosphorus from the soda, and certain medications. So if you guys are suffering with any type of kidney condition, when prescribed medications, ask your doctor or your pharmacist if it is safe to take because of the condition, your existing condition, okay? Once again, as a reminder, people, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. This is just knowledge that I've obtained throughout the years of me doing research. And the reason why I take so much interest in my overall health is because I have a history, not me personally, family history of family members that have suffered with chronic illnesses. So me, the person that I am today, I have broken that cycle. I live a clean life, a healthy life, and believe it or not, people, negative energy will break down your immune system. So, just a word of advice to you people. Don't allow negative energy into your life, because it does more damage than good. I know everybody likes to see the drama and hear the drama, but at the end of the day, Is it really beneficial? No. It's not worth it, people. You know what I mean? Start investing in your overall health today. Start living stronger and better today. That way you could be around longer for the years to come with your family members. That way you could create new memories instead of living on past memories, sitting in your bed, being bedridden. Anyways, people, with that being said, if you want to get started in your fitness journey, hit me up, man. It's High Power Fitness, high_power_fitness_, or you could email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. Do me a favor, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, put your notification bell on all, because once I reach that 10,000 subs, I will start going lives. On my lives, everyone is welcome to pull up. All I ask of everybody that pulls up there is just to come with respect. Don't come in on my yarda expecting to play stupid games, because we all know what happens at the end of the day when you play stupid games. You win stupid prizes. And on my yarda, there's not going to be calentadas. Just strictly removals. But there will be a condition. You could buy your way back in. Hey, that's this new day of age. You know what I mean? I'm trying to learn to adapt to certain things, but certain things I cannot adapt to. And that's to bring me to what's his name? Mr. Rodney in LA. He's a hood blogger. I respect what he does. You know what I mean? He puts his life at risk, and he's been welcomed into a lot of different neighborhoods. You know, like I said, times have changed from my times to this current time. I don't know whether it's because of the lack of homies, the older homies, the OGs, the clecha that's going on around, or just the youngsters just chose to take a different path. You know what I mean? A lot of times youngsters are influenced by certain individuals here on social media because they see such a large following, and they believe that they're actually somebody, that they're somebody famous. In all reality, they ain't nobody, just with a bunch of followers. Guaranteed, over half them followers that are following them are rooting for them to crash. That's why they're there. Just because a person has a large following doesn't make you better than anybody else, okay? But I do understand it draws the attentions from the youngsters, and they get, I hate to say it, but they get starstruck. Because these individuals with these large followings, they've actually created a character in their own head, and they believe to be that character. They actually try to live that life like if they're Hollywood. I laugh about it, you know what I mean? Because like I said, I know certain individuals. I know a lot of individuals. I've actually met a lot of individuals from when they first started, and their whole personality has changed. They went from night to day. You know what I mean? It's just, it's crazy. And they really walk around like if they're somebody. But anyway, that's here nor there. Let's get back to fucking Rodney in LA. I'm not going to go back to the brothers. Only they know why they were doing that vlog in Chinatown. And Chinatown, right away, when people think of Chinatown, they automatically think the Asian buddies. Yeah, back in the day, that was their hood, but they got neighboring hoods right there that do patrol that area. So it was, you know, when someone stands out, you know, and you know that they don't belong, and they dress a certain way, you draw attention to yourself. You know, so you may not get pressed up on, depending on the way you are. You know what I mean? Like with me, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I'm an older gentleman, man. And I've been in neighborhoods where I know they're my enemies. But I've really never had anybody this day of age, my present day, try to press up on me. They see me. They see the way I conduct myself, the way I carry myself. They pay me no mind. Either that or they just give me the nod of respect. For those of you that know, you know what I'm talking about, that nod that we do when we're in the joint or wherever we're at. You know what I mean? It's a form of respect. Ain't nobody jamming me up. And the reason is because I'm not out there, you know, trying to push myself the way I did back when I was younger. You know what I mean? So anyways, Mr. Vlogger, Rodney. Well, I got some feedback from certain individuals, and man, it's a trip, man. Somebody sent me a clip. I didn't even bother listening to it because right away, I'm real quick to, not to judge a person, but when someone's speaking on me and they don't even know me. You know what I mean? And then they try to twist up my words and shit like that. When I said that individual about his blog, because how he did an interview with my younger homies, you know, I'm not going to speak on neighborhood stuff, but if my voice matters in this situation, he would have never been given that permission to interview the little homies, especially giving a blueprint and a layout of where homies tend to mingle. Let's just put it that way. That's like in big violation, but for some reason, a lot of youngsters, like I said, they get starstruck. And they forget about the dangers behind shit coming out on social media. Whether Ronnie will ever do an interview in my hood again remains to be seen. But I could tell you one thing right now. Behind every action, there's a reaction. Okay? That's about as thorough I will get into anything that has to pertain to my neighborhood. You know what I mean? Because if you're from a neighborhood and there's still homies with them old morals and beliefs about being off camera, they're gonna believe the same way as me. You know what I mean? That stuff is for the birds. That shit never went down. It did what it did, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? He would never get a welcoming mat from me as an individual to roll up and go buy some if he wants to go right there to the cleans and go buy some fucking taquitos from Albert's, formerly known as Albert's. Now it's called Franco's. Hey, welcome. You know what I mean? But as far as me agreeing with him interviewing any younger homies or any homies, I would never agree with that. I mean, I've had some of my homies from my time reach out to me and show me a lot of clips, and they ask my opinion, and you know, we have the same opinion and beliefs on that shit. That shit's fucking for the birds, you know what I mean? But like I said, this day of age, times have changed, you know. Each neighborhood is gonna have to deal with them hood vlogs themselves. You know, I guess that's a new way of boasting and bragging who you are and where you're from. I come from a time where you didn't have to prove to anybody who you are or where you're from. As long as you, you know, represented for your hood, it's good enough. But anyways, people, I'm gonna bring this video to an end. I don't want to get on to this conversation anymore. To me, it's a dead issue. If you guys want to try to twist it up and say that I'm fucking calling shots, you guys are talking out the side of your neck. I don't call shots for anybody. I voice my opinion. And like I said, as far as him to pull up as a vlogger in my barrio, it would never be accepted by me. If he wants to pull up as just a civilian to go buy some food from Tito's Market or something, or Cane, to go get the bomb empanadas, for those of you that know, you know. I wish Old Time Burger was still there, right there where Vaughn's used to be, off of Seaman and Garvey, but it's done data, it's gone, man. Or E&J Burgers, you know, hey, you're more than welcome to pull up. But as far as, like I said, being over there to interview the homies, I would never agree to anything like that. That welcome mat is pulled out coming from me. That would have never been accepted, I should say. Let me clarify myself. And I'm sure there's a lot of other homies that agree with that as well. You know what I mean? Because stuff is there's things that shouldn't even be out here on social media, but there's, you know, social media has gotten the best of everybody, it seems like, and shit's just gotten out of control. But anyways, people, with that being said, like I said, huh? I got a busy day, man. I got to get this pre-Valentine game on, you know what I mean? Keep your eyes open and ears to the wall. Just never know what I got in store, man. One thing I could guarantee you, no matter where I pull up, I will come with respect. It's just the way I was raised. That's the way I was brought up. You know what I mean? So now with that being said, if you want to get started on your fitness journey, hit me up. It's High Power Fitness, high_power_fitness_. You could email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. Once again, remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all. And also hit that hype button, because once I reach that 10,000 subs, I will start going lives, and everybody's welcome to pull up, people. Now, with that being said, it's a done data. It is what it is. And no, I would never permit anybody, not just referring strictly to Ronnie, to anybody, I would never agree with them interviewing homies. You know what I mean? It's unheard of. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, at the end of the day, no, I'm not calling shots. I'm voicing my opinion. So you people out there that try to twist it up and change my words around to make it look like if I was calling shots, stop it. You know what I mean? Really, stop it. But anyways, people, with that being said, get up and get yours.